Hello people, it's Richie here on the 8th of December 2021. Well, it's predictable, wasn't it? What everybody's been talking about for about the last 2 or 3 months. The government have implemented Plan B for their COVID restrictions. Everyone kept saying, oh yeah, it's going to come in, it's definitely going to come in. And the other half of people said, oh no, they never do that again. But of course, we all knew something would happen, didn't we, before Christmas? It's gone just like last year, isn't it? Like bought in face masks. Now you've got to wear them in theatres, cinemas, indoor places. More restrictions on travel on that, flying in and out with tests, having to take PCR tests and lateral flow and all that sort of crap. And also for England, we now got vaccine passports for places like football grounds, open venues over, I think it's venues over 500, and seated venues for over 500, I think, and venues for 10,000 people, I think applies to anything, brought in mandatory vaccine passports, which is something we never thought we'd see in the UK, especially in England. I know they've had them in Scotland and Wales and Ireland and that for a few weeks, but didn't think we'd see anything like this coming in the UK, did we? This is just the thin end of the wedge, isn't it? We've already got them in Austria and Germany and various other places, gradually bringing them in. But I mean, how far do you think we're going to go with this? I mean, they keep talking about this new Omicron variant of the lurgy. But as far as doctors and that in South Africa, where it originated, most of them seem to think it's pretty mild, not much more worse than like just catching the common cold. I mean, if they're going to keep shutting the country down every time like a few people catch a cold, I mean, we're never going to get out of this. It's because there's going to be an annual cycle. I mean, second year in a row now. If people just carry on like accepting it, it's going to happen again. It'll happen again next Christmas, won't it? You can see that coming. It's just going to be an annual cycle that go on every year. So unless people sort of like stand up against it and refuse to comply with all these rules and that, it's just going to keep going on and on and on. I mean, I personally, I think it's all about the money now, and big pharma making big bucks out of it. I mean, NHS announced a couple of days ago that they're now going to each jibby jabby that's given, doctors are going to get, I think it's about £20 per jab now. Doctors and pharmacies are going to get for each jab that's been prescribed. And I think if they do them at weekends, I think they're going to be paid up to £30. So basically, they're just being blackmailed to jab people, really, aren't they? To be honest. Then you got all the scared people wandering around with the face nappies on, haven't you? All masked up, all like this. I've even seen loads of people out in the street outside. They're starting to walk around with face nappies on outside again now, which is completely unnecessary, isn't it? Especially when you've got like a gale of wind blowing, like we've had the last few days. You've got a gale of wind blowing. There's people walking about outside on their own, or in their cars on their own, wearing face nappies. It's just if it wasn't so serious, it'd be bloody laughable, wouldn't it? To be honest. I mean, then you got like Boris coming on at 6 o'clock on their press conference. You got the dreaded Three Stooges coming up, like doing their usual stuff. And I mean, now they're saying, oh, everybody's got to get their third jab, and I think they're even talking about some people having to have like fourth jabs and things like that. I mean, how many people are going to like carry on going down? I mean, 6 months' time, you'll be looking at, they'll be saying, oh, you've got to have your fifth jab or your sixth jab. By the time you get to next Christmas, it'll be, oh, you might have to have your eighth booster or your ninth booster. I mean, it's bloody ridiculous, isn't it? I'm not going along with any of it at all, to be honest. But I think more people need to stand up against this. If it carries on, it'll just be, we'll end up like the rest of Europe, and if it keeps on going on, we'll end up be like China with its social credit system. Everyone will have to have their vaccine passports. Everyone will have to carry their phone with them. If you don't have your phone with you, you won't better get into a shop or a restaurant or a football match or cinema or anywhere else. And the thing is, the more people keep complying with it, the more the government just carry on bringing it in, because they think, oh, all the sheep, they're quite happy to go on like that. Oh, we can do this next week, and we do that next week, and restrict them. We stop them doing this next week. We stop them going here next week. So the more people resist against it, the more hope we got of these things not coming in. Anyway, this has been Real Richie. See you on the next one, people.